friends, this is the game played between Bobby Fischer and Bent Larson of Denmark at Portus Interzonal Tournament 1958. Yugoslavian attack B77. Before starting the game, let us have a few words about Bent Larson. Larson is remembered as one of the strongest players of 1960 and 70, second in the West behind only to Bobby Fischer. A four-time candidate in World Championship. He won 3 interzonal feat, matched only by world champion Michael Tall. At the time Larson was 24 years old. Fischer is playing white. E4, C5, knight F3, D6, D4, C into D4, knight into D4, knight F6, knight C3, G6, bishop E3, bishop G7. Those days, dragon variation is one of the greatest weapon for black, but many attackers over the years has found Yugoslavian attack, that is push H4 and G4 pawn, sack and mate. That is what Bobby Fischer has given as a title for this game. F3. F3 indicates the start of Yugoslavian attack. Larson castles. Queen D2 is played with the view to move the bishop to H6 and attack the black's bishop. Knight C6. Bishop C4. Bishop C4 is a good move, but Fischer says now if castles on queen side, black will play this. With that move, black will be better off. So before giving a chance, without giving a chance to black, Fischer plays bishop C4, which is a good move. Knight into D4, bishop into D4, bishop E6, bishop B3. If bishop into B3, pawn into B3, and this kind of pawn formation is very difficult to attack. Therefore, Larson avoid this. And plays queen E5. Now Fischer castles on the queen side. B5. King B1. B4. Knight D5. Bishop into D5. Larson, after the game, Larson said he doesn't like to draw this game and he wanted to win this and participate in the candidates tournament for the world's title. That is why he abstained from playing knight into bishop. Let us see what will happen if knight into knight is played. Knight into D5, bishop into G7, knight C3 check, B into C3, king into G7, C into B4, queen a3, queen d4 check, king g8, bishop into e6, pawn into e6, queen b2, and white has a pawn plus and an easy endgame. So Larson avoid this. And played bishop into knight. After bishop into d5, Larson doesn't like to lose his knight or bishop, which are protecting the king. So he played rook c8, bishop b3. Fischer said he was very happy, and Larson won't get a second chance to chop up his powerful bishops. With this kind of setup, Fischer says that he has won many games. Now Larson want to push this pawn, which is on a7. For that he requires some support, because he doesn't have a white color, white squared bishops. So you want to be careful, and played this one, rook c7. Fischer start pushing the pawns. Queen b5, giving way for this fellow. Fischer continued to push his pawns. h5, rook f c8, doubling the rooks on c file. H into g6. H into g6 is played because of the pin. g4, a5. Larson also tries to push his pawns. g5. Now pushing a4 doesn't work. Supposing black plays pawn into knight, a into b3, pawn into g7, pawn into c2 with a check. This move apparently looks a very good move, because it forks the king and rook. But looking deeply into the position, if queen into pawn, rook into queen, rook h8 mates without cutting the queen. If you play f6 to cut off the support of to this pawn, queen h2, and mates. If without coming here, if without coming here, if black plays knight e8, bishop into g7, knight into g7, rook h6 and queen h2 mates. So Larson played knight h5, rook into knight is played, g into h5 is played. Without wasting time, Fischer plays g6. Remember that pawn is pinned. Therefore, black plays e5. So Fischer continues his attacks. Pawn f7, king f8, bishop e3, d5, e into d5, rook into f7, d6, rook f6, bishop g5, queen b7 to defend the king side, bishop into f6, b into f6, d7, rook d8, queen d6 check. Queen d6 check is a mistake. There is a easy win in this. This is what Fischer says after the game. He says he missed this check, which mates very easily and quickly. Supposing the bishop is inserted here, check. This one mates. This is protected by the pawn. These white squares are protected and the king has no place to move. But Fischer missed it. After playing this move, Larson resigns. Even if this is played here, check. This also mates. Friends, if you like this game and want to see many more beautiful games of Bobby Fischer, please subscribe, like and share. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time.